Hello everyone, my name is Aileen Nunez and today I will be talking about an autoimmune disease called lupus nephritis. Lupus nephritis is an autoimmune disease that I myself was diagnosed with just last year in May of 2020 when I was 16 years old, so you could say it was a pretty personal experience for me. It was definitely a scary process for me and my family to go through because it randomly occurred out of nowhere and no one ever expected it. My first reaction to this was, what is lupus? Because it was never heard of before and it was really uncommon for us to hear about this. So just like you out there, many of you don't know what lupus is either, so that's what I'm here for today. Lupus nephritis is something I wanted to talk about and spread awareness because I thought it was important for you out there to know what to do if you ever encounter someone with this or you yourself are diagnosed with it. And in order to do that, I will be talking about what lupus is, possible symptoms that can occur from this, and possible treatments and medications to help you go through it. What is lupus? Lupus nephritis is an autoimmune disease, and if you don't know what an autoimmune disease is, it's basically where your own immune system attacks your healthy cells instead of the bad ones. And in lupus, it specifically targets your kidneys. Although there isn't a pinpointed reason to what causes lupus, many researchers at the National Kidney Foundation believe it has something to do with your family history or genetics, but it can also be things in the environment like toxic chemicals, pollutants, infections, viruses, or it could be some of the medications you might be already taking. Both men and women ranging from ages 15 to 44 are capable of getting lupus, although 90% are more commonly women. When I was in the hospital, I had an ultrasound done that is just like a regular ultrasound done to pregnant women, but it is focused on your kidneys. And what they found was that one kidney was bigger than the other. Your kidneys have many functions, and one of them is to filter out waste and extra water in your blood to make urine. But when lupus comes along, it inflames your kidneys and makes them stop functioning correctly. And when that happens, extra water starts to build up in the body, and waste starts to build up in the blood, like seen in this picture. What are some possible symptoms? It is very beneficial to be able to identify and detect your symptoms just to prevent a more severe case of lupus. Here are some of those symptoms listed by the American Kidney Fund. Those symptoms include weight gain, weight loss, fatigue, loss in appetite, joint pain or swelling, vision problems, rashes on your face or body, high blood pressure, anemia, frequent urination, blood in the urine, and swelling in your legs, feet, and ankles. As I was developing lupus, I experienced all of these symptoms. I never wanted to get off of bed. I was always tired. I wasn't eating the same as before. I had rashes all over my neck, my thighs, and all over my body. And I had glasses, and when lupus came along, it just came to the point where they weren't working anymore because it caused my vision to go bad. I recommend not looking up the symptoms and referring to a doctor because, as I've learned, if you look up the symptoms, a lot of them can coincide with other conditions which can cause panic. So I recommend talking to your doctor about this. Treatments and medications. As of right now, there is no known cure for lupus, but that doesn't mean there isn't ways to treat it or cope with it. According to many researchers and rheumatology doctors at the Mayo Clinic, there's things like immune suppressants that include steroids like prednisone, mycophenolate, cyclosporine, and many other medications that are meant to slow or stop the immune system from attacking your healthy cells. Diet changes. Doctors also recommend a diet change, which in general means eating healthier and eating more nutritious foods, but the main point of these is to reduce the amount of sodium and protein we consume to lighten the load of waste in the kidneys. As of right now, I myself take 3 immune suppressants, which include prednisone, mycophenolate, and hydrochloroquine. When I was discharged from the hospital, I myself tried to stay on a diet, which was basically trying to stay off any sodium, or if I did, it was very, very low. I also tried to eat fish and poultry more than red meats because red meat has a lot of protein in it. And all of these medications or treatments are meant to reduce or completely get rid of the symptoms, but they do not completely cure lupus. Whether you are a man or a woman, a kid or an adult, because of how unheard of and uncommon, it is important to be aware of this disease because it can happen to you or anyone you love when you least expect it. Hopefully from this speech you've gathered what lupus is, possible symptoms to be aware of, and possible treatments to cope with it. Thank you for listening to my speech today, and I hope you enjoyed listening.